I grew up watching Mr. Rogers in the mornings. I think at the time, funnily enough, I don't think we realized that they were repeats. We just thought it was a show that was coming on. But these were all, I realized, repeats from the 60s, 70s, whenever he was creating the show. And, and I remember there were moments where there were all these, like, to be continued. And then me and my brother would come back the next day and it was a totally different episode. We were like, why? Why? We needed to see what happened. But I didn't realize till later it was sort of, in syndication and stuff like that. And there was a point where he came back with, more content, newer content. But he was a mainstay in our house in the morning. I felt confident in the hands that it was in, and I felt like this is something that I didn't even know I was preparing for. You know what I mean? But you never know, like, all the things that you're going to use in life, that you're going to use in your adulthood and in your present. And who knew? Watching all that TV, they say TV bad for kids. No, it's not. No, it's not. I was watching Mr. Rogers doing my research. So I feel pretty, pretty good that I got to be a part of it. I think he's more timeless than we knew, and I think he's more necessary than we knew. And I think whenever there's somebody who brings that level of like compassion, kindness, truth, understanding, you know, people will find a way to sort of gravitate back to it. And, with everything going on in the world right now, it just feels like, we're still human. We all still need those things. And he is like the perfect place to find that. And in an era where a lot of us feel like there's all these fallen heroes, people we looked up to, and then, you find out all this background, and then you're like, oh no. It's like we have Mr. Rogers still, and there's no, oh no. You know what I mean? There's no, oh gosh, cringe. It's like, oh no, he's the man that he said he was, and that's an amazing thing. I just think it's amazing. I saw it and I was like, wow, it's just so nuanced and so special without trying to imitate anything. It's really it's a breathing, living thing on its own, and yet he really embodies Mr. Rogers. Matthew is just wonderful. I feel like um, everything that he brought, to Lloyd, and what without trying to be Tom Junod, it's sort of, taking all of the elements of what Tom's story is and just creating his own Lloyd was really amazing. And we got along together so well. And I feel like really created a special relationship together. She had a very strong vision for the film and was very true to the vision. And I think kept, sailed the ship straight, you know what I mean? While still being very respectful of what we wanted to bring to the performances, and just, just a really wonderful energy on the set to, create with. It's because we can all use a little kindness, you know what I mean? It is just that. I think people are, even people who normally would think this is not my type of film, at this point in the world, they're longing to see it because we just want a space where we can all come together in agreement and say that we don't have to be as cynical, and that compassion is still a really strong force, and we can all use it more.